Hey, hello viewers, welcome to another blog. Here I'll be sharing with you my visit to one of the prestigious safaris close to the center or capital of Mexico. This particular one is called Africam Safari, and it's about 1 hour 30 minutes drive from the capital of Mexico, that's Mexico City. It is really beautiful, and from the very start I was really impressed with the installation, the decorations in the restroom, on the outside, the way it's designed. It kind of like start to give you that vibe like you're in like a really nice safari. I hope you enjoy, guys. Upon arriving, you have various options to explore. If you go with your own car, you could actually just pay your entrance and just drive around. Or you could hire one of these vehicles and a tour guide, which they're gonna drive you around in the safari vehicles themselves. One is actually an open concept whereby you can enjoy the scenery in the open space, and the other one is protected with burglaries, so you can go through the carnivore with more protection. Yes, if you're on a budget, you can actually take your own vehicle. But if you have a little bit more cash to spare, or you're going with a couple of friends, you can actually split this in between you. This car has a capacity of at least 4 to 6 people. This is the green one we are actually in right now. This is gonna set you back between 150 to 200 US dollars. And that is including the tour guide, the vehicle, and the admission. And before I say too much, the tour begins and you start to see different animals where the tour guide shows you where they are on the left and on the right. One thing I want to share with you is if you go into this place, have in mind it is really hot. It is called the Valle Seco. That means the hot valley. So get prepared that it's gonna be hot. So I advise you, if you want to do this tour, it is better you start very early in the morning, around 9:30, 10, so that you can actually finish it up by 1 or 2 p.m. because it lasts about 3 hours in between walking, being in the car, and if you want to have something to eat in between. Another thing I'd like to add today is as I made this big mistake. I was wearing shorts when I went on the store and I got bit by insects. So if you want to like go on the store, I'd advise you to wear something long that covers you well, or apply enough repellent on yourself and some sunblocks because it got really hot. But believe me, I was super distracted because I was so impressed and enjoying all the sceneries. And you should not be worried if you don't speak Spanish. Here receives a lot of international visitors, so they have a lot of tour guides that probably speak English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese. So you shouldn't have any problem finding a tour guide that speaks your language. If you speak any of those languages, just let them know, and I'm sure they're gonna pair you with somebody who speaks your language, so you can actually enjoy the tour and they can explain to you what is it you're seeing, and it's gonna be more fun that way. So you shouldn't worry about that if you don't speak Spanish. It's so much fun to be able to get this close to the wildlife in this modern day concrete jungle that most people living in the city, whereby they don't get to see those beautiful animals, this beautiful fauna. It's really amazing. As you can see from the image, you can see a lot of cars driving here and there. That is if you choose the option to just drive your own car, which is really good. But if you just want to relax, take pictures, and actually really enjoy seeing those animals, I think your best bet is to go with these tour vehicles. That way they do the driving, they do the talking, you just enjoy the view, take pictures as much as you can. That's why I was able to like really record this, because if I was driving, I'll be focused about driving and like recording at the same time. It's not so easy, so I opted for this option. But whichever ways, I know you'll still enjoy it whichever ways. On this tour, you're gonna be seeing animals left and right, and it's really amazing because it gives it a way more better feel, because it's not just like a zoological garden whereby you go there and like there is only one animal in this section and that's just it. All these animals here are like free roaming and they share the spaces together. Like, it is really amazing. It gives it a way more natural feel. You're gonna be seeing animals of all colors, shapes, and sizes. Everybody just doing their own thing. It's really beautiful. As you do this tour, you're gonna see some animals from afar. But as the tour keeps proceeding, it's gonna take you more closer where you can have a way up close view, like for this African elephant right there. I saw them from afar and I know we were approaching. I was so amazed, so I couldn't wait till we got closer to them. As you can see, these animals are used to receiving visitors every now and then. They are not even moving at all. They're just doing their own thing while the passerbys enjoy the view, enjoy what they're there to see. So it's really amazing. And this ostrich was like literally on the road. Like, it wasn't even moving as close as the cars were getting. It was just there. So they are used to seeing people over and over again. For me personally, I actually really enjoy this part of the African elephants because you get to see the teenage elephants, the full-grown adults, and the baby elephants. And it wasn't just one or two, they were like a huge group, and each elephant were just in different places doing their own thing while passerby enjoyed it. I was really intrigued by this part. I think it was really amazing. These flamingos, I think we saw from the very start, they were so far away. Now we're up close and I can admire the beauty from a very close range. They are so beautiful, the colors and everything. It's so amazing, it's worth it. And those are the beautiful Asian elephants. I could tell from the very first glance, the structure, the facial structure, the size, everything was different. It's so beautiful to see these things and be able to tell, see it in person. And this part, the first part of the tour comes to an end, where the tour guide drops you guys off. You can take a walk and go see some couple of animals in between, and they're gonna go change the vehicle. Because this part onwards, it's gonna be the carnivores and some other animals. So they're gonna change the vehicle to a one more protected, so you can actually enjoy and continue enjoying your tour. And like I said, this part of the tour you're gonna do about food. So you walk around, see the hippopotamus. There was a sculpture right there that was showing the cranium, the head of it, the skull of it, how big it is, and the angle at which it can actually open its jaw. It was really nice. I mean, the lighting wasn't so favorable, but it was like really nice. Getting really nice, beautiful picture or video depends on how lucky you are, because most of these animals are just doing their thing. And when we got to the section, all the hippos were in the water just doing their own thing, like submerged, so I couldn't really get a really nice clip. And the only one that was like chilling outside in the sun, taking a tan, was actually covered by these grasses. So it was so sad that I wasn't able to really get a really good video or picture of it, but at least you can see what I'm talking about. And luckily I started seeing this movement, and it was the hippo moving around, still submerged, but not as much as they were before. So I started approaching to actually enjoy like an up close view of it. This part I actually find really amazing. You have an SUV, like you were moving in the wildlife, and the lions were sitting right on top of it. It looks like you're driving in the wildlife, and you can see a lot of people lined up and trying to take a picture of it. If you get a right nice angle, it looks really nice. It looks as if you were driving in the safari and the lions were right on top of the bonnet of the SUV. So I find this part really beautiful and amazing. And this part of the tour is the part you do by foot. And the lineup is for people trying to take pictures with the lions in the glass. So that's pretty much it. The lions, the hippo, and I think the monkeys. That's the animals you can see in this section. And I was finally able to get an up-close shot of the lions right on the bonnet of the SUV. It's really, really nice and amazing. And the second part of the tour commences with a new different SUV with a burglary on the window and completely enclosed. In comparison to the first one, which was an open concept to see the herbivores, this one has a burglary with enough space on the window for you to be able to see, but you are well protected. Here I can still see some herbivorous animals, but I think the whole reason is you have to drive through them for you to be able to see the carnivores, and maybe they're not so friendly, so it's better for you to be in this SUV to be able to see them. At this point, I still saw the same animal I saw earlier, and the tour guide let me know it's still a zebra, but a totally different species, even though I couldn't tell the differences. And she was explaining the differences on the stripes and all that. I think it's amazing to be able to differentiate. To me, they look like an identical twins. But with these people, the zoologists that are familiar with this animal, they can actually really tell the differences. So it's really nice, because I was thinking it was repetitive, and I was like, okay. And that we were approaching the last part of the tour after a couple of hours. If you want to do the tour, you could book ahead or you could buy your ticket, your admission right there at the Africam Safari. And they have a lot of different activities. If you want to have a dinner with your girlfriend or a nice date with giraffes or I don't know which other animal next to you, definitely not the bisons. I don't think I can do that, even if they have the options. But yes, they have a different type of activities. The night safari, which I think it's going to be beautiful. The next one I really want to try is having a dinner next to one of the animals that's like safe. And you can always do it. You can check it out on the website. And that was the end of the tour. Of the tour in the vehicle. And this part, they give you a break if you want to use the washroom, take a walk, go to a restaurant, eat something before you complete the last part of the tour by foot. And yes, if you're still watching this video up to this part, it's because you're really into wildlife. And this is the restaurant we chose to eat something. It's situated in the middle of the safari, where you can still see a little bit of the wildlife and the cars going outside. And with this beautiful hot air balloon, it was really, really nice. I think you really get the value for your money, and the meals were amazing. I really loved the view, the meal, and the concept of the design of it. It was really nice. It was worth it. And after making a belly happy, we continued with the tour and we came across flamingos again. But this time up close, really up close, where you can take nice pictures with them and appreciate the colorful, beautiful birds. I think it was really amazing. It was a little bit too repetitive, but for people who wanted to take an up close picture, I think this was the place. This was the spot for it. It was really nice. And yes, if you've watched the video up to this end, I just want to say thank you. I will be dropping the description of this Africam Safari, how you can get there, the website in the description below. So if you ever go to Mexico and thinking or find an activity you want to do, you can always opt for this option. And let me know what you think about this safari. If you think it's too empty or too scanty, or they don't probably have enough animals, or you were expecting a little bit more, let me know in the comments below. I mean, for me, for the price, I think it was worth it. Doing something new out of the regular thing you do in this concrete jungles in the city. So I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I mean, this part of the tour you do it by foot, and like you see birds, butterfly, and all that, depending on what animals you're into or the ones you're not into. Yes, this part of the tour I was so disappointed. We walked so much looking for a kangaroo only to find this poor little thing to be the only one there, and I was like really disappointed. So I mean, like, yes, some part were impressive, some part were not so impressive. And yes, this is the best I could sum it up for you guys, because this whole tour lasted about 3 hours 30 minutes, and I try to sum it up in 30 something minutes, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comment below. Please kindly like and subscribe, because as time goes on, this gets better. So many more projects on its way, and I would appreciate the support from you guys, the viewers. So appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.